I've said this before. Sometimes just pausing and thinking about like
Yeah.
where you were at one point in life to where you are now.
Yeah.
Like, and seeing that and just remembering those moments, like, okay, because I think that puts you back into perspective on what you're, whatever you're trying to focus to fix or, accomplish in your life. Like, you see that, you're like, okay. Welcome back to Just Weirdly Blended. I'm Jesse.
And I'm Tom.
And, it's fucking
Sunday.
Nasty weather last week. This week it's fucking warm and
it's raining. We're all the snow is like melting away.
Bro, my yard is. I went and cleaned dog shit yesterday because I haven't. It felt I've been home, but I haven't been able to. The snow's been on the ground. All that shit.
Right.
So I've been able to like scoop that up. So yesterday I was like, all right, I'll go out there, and I start scooping, and it was
so gross.
It was gross because it was
so gross.
So much. Usually I did it like once a week or so.
Yep.
Or every other week. But anyway. My yard was so fucking soggy.
I know.
I almost slipped. I was like, I would have been so bad if
my
I fucking
entire
slipped.
Backyard looks like dog poop because there's an area where real grass doesn't grow, but like weed grass grows, and during the winter it's totally gone. So it's just mud everywhere. It's disgusting.
Weed grass looks kind of cool when it's in the spring, though.
Yeah, weed grass looks pretty cool.
You ever smoked that weed grass?
Yeah, I tried it once. Didn't work very well.
Yeah, it was
no, but it's man.
It's very harsh.
The dogs are pooping everywhere. We've got the pool's like right outside of the house. So, there's like all the concrete there. So they have to run like 40 feet or whatever. Just to get to the yard. So there is like shit everywhere. They're just going.
At least on there you can
leaves and stuff. But like I was bad this year. We were working on the inside of the house. Like last year I was really good at getting the leaves up. I was great at getting them up in the front yard. Never got around to the back.
Doing leaves is annoying.
That's gonna be rough. They're all wet and mushy and gross. And like, oh man, I should have gotten.
It's gonna make rough next when the spring hits.
Yeah, and then they just like they're pooping on it. It's like poopy wet leaves. Sorry guys, that's a picture
so
for
poop.
you.
Yeah.
That's natural right there.
It's all
like
natural.
So gross. Oh,
that would be gross.
Matt came over yesterday. We were hanging out. We had like I said, every once in a while we have cigars, so we sat out there with a cigar. And
that's cool.
It's like, don't look too close. Brother. We have a
did you guys just sit out here?
Yeah, we were out at the little round table there. And there were leaves everywhere and they were all mushy and shit. So I took I have a half broken snow shovel. It's got like a crack right up the middle.
Okay. But
it still works well. So I use that to scoop leaves. Have you ever picked up leaves with a snow shovel?
Yeah, actually, when you had mentioned it to me before.
Oh yeah.
So I've done that a few times.
An old trick of mine. If you have a snow shovel that you don't use all the time, great for picking up leaves. You get a ton of leaves.
Yeah, it's good for the wet ones too. For me.
Yeah, especially if it's on that hard stuff like concrete.
Yeah, you probably have like a nice little rhythm down.
Oh, I do. It's great.
Mine's I use a rake.
Yeah.
And then
you just rake that on there. It's kind of like the dog. It's like the
pooper
scooper.
I do like big old leafy tongs for like salad.
Oh, that's another one.
That's what I kind of do. That's pretty much what I do with my rake.
We have a dog pooper scooper that's like that. You just you open it up and then it's kind of, you feel like you're like operating a backhoe or something. You just stick it down and like pull it. And then you pull them up and move over. And you got to do it. Like, you just got to rotate your hips so you feel like you're operating one, kind of jerk it around every once in a while. Feels amazing.
I just have like it's a scooper and a rake. It's a small little thing. That works pretty good. I've been using that.
Yeah, it's like your pooper scooper,
The teeth are falling off on the rakes.
That's tough, but are they metal or are they plastic?
These ones are plastic.
Yeah.
The scooper itself is a metal, but it was like with the house. It was hard.
Tell you, I've been pretty calm this year, pretty good this year.
Yeah,
like I feel like things are pretty in control compared to like where I was a year ago. But man,
for sure,
I was raking leaves, and I forget why. I think the wind started to blow or something, and then we have an outdoor light that's supposed to be on all the time, but something's going wrong with it. Like I think the bulb might be going bad or something because like every 5 minutes, light turns off and it gets real dark. And then it pops back on. So I'm out there.
Creepy.
It was like early on. There was like like late October or something, and it was getting dark. So it was pitch black, 4:30 at night.
Oh, okay.
And I'm out there raking up these leaves with like my big plastic rake.
Oh,
the one that can really get the leaves. And something happened, man. And I got kind of mad. That rake exploded. I don't know what happened. It just blew up. It was all over the place.
Oh yeah. I will. Yeah, I've had that happen.
I mean, I don't remember what happened. I had it in my hand. And all of a sudden, they're like, it didn't do something it was supposed to do. And all of a sudden, it was everywhere.
You know, I've had that moment of my rake's done that actually. It did that, I think, this year too, actually.
Yeah. I mean, it was a rough year for rakes. Just in general, there was a lot of leaves. And they fell weird too.
Like, God damn it.
This year, I don't know how it was in the rest of the country.
That's what happened to my driver too. Kind of just exploded.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Don't know what happened.
Dude, I think I've said this before, but I was at the end of one of the school years. It was like the first year I taught. So I was very ready for summer, right? Not summer school, but like for summer. And I met my dad at the driving range. And I was using his clubs because I didn't have any like with me at that time. I was just right after work, I ran out there.
That is so cool because you're right-handed that you could do that.
Yeah, I can just borrow my dad's.
Yeah. I can never borrow anybody's.
And look, left-hander. Good left-hander. Yeah. They're out there. I had a good friend in college was a left-handed golfer.
Oh, good.
Yeah, if you met him in Bellingham,
hey, buddy. I know you.
Hey, Nick. I know you.
I know. His name's Nick.
His name's Nick. Yeah, Nick Larson.
He's
good
easy.
Guy. I think he's like a
neurosurgeon.
Yeah, he's a neurosurgeon now.
Yeah.
He for when he first left college, I think he was like doing like house appraisals and stuff.
Oh,
I don't know if he's still doing that or not, but he was a funny guy. He was a hoot and a holler.
Nicks are funny. Yeah, my buddy Nick's pretty.
There's
funny.
Something about Nicks.
Yeah.
I think it's the name. Like you just, how do you not like a Nick?
Yeah,
you know,
Nick. My friend Nick. He's. I don't know. I kind of look at him like a big brother in a way.
Yeah.
The way that's how I kind of look up to him. Like he's very put together.
Sure.
Nick's like a good adult.
Yeah. He kinda,
he's like put together.
He lets you play with him sometimes, and then
like it just seems like he has his shit together. Like mentally, like his how, like it just
you're like, that's what I strive to be.
Yeah, seriously, like because you see that and you're like, okay,
yeah,
really, like you like that's how you are.
Me and you're like,
no, you're the same way. You guys have this patience about you.
Oh, you're so nice. You're kind. Yeah, thank you.
Which I'm trying to get there. Actually,
yeah. You know, I'm so patient. Even when I'm destroying my rake, I'm very, very patient.
We all have our moments of mess ups because I know I've destroyed.
I think that rake was just ready to go. But
I took out a shovel.
Oh, okay.
Something happened too.
Yeah,
that's what it was. It was a shovel, and it was just recently. Actually,
4-yard implements, like they know they got to build those things stronger. Because I mean, come on, when you're gonna get
it was a fiberglass.
Hard.
It was fiberglass.
Dude, they don't last. I had a fiberglass the day I bought it, and I wasn't being hard with it either.
Yeah.
I was just normal digging, but apparently...
You know, to come think about it, I don't even know what I was fucking pissed off about.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was...
So that's me in the rake. I don't know.
To be honest with you, like I'm literally
remember now.
Trying to remember.
I was in that red rage, you know.
Yeah, I was so angry.
Just in that moment, I was like, "Just me in the rake."
Yeah, I don't know what
One of us is gonna die. It's not gonna be me.
I don't know what happened. But
I don't know.
Anyway, but you were saying you and your dad went to the driving range.
Yeah. Back to the story. Right. So we went to the driving range, and I was borrowing his clubs. I think I had like his 7-iron or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hitting balls. Oh, shut up. I was hitting balls and stuff. And all of a sudden, the head of his club went flying off. Went like 30 feet out there into the driving range. I was like, he's like, well, it happens. I was like, when? When does that just
Do you
happen?
remember when me and you were at the golf land?
Yeah.
And we were hitting balls right there before we went golfing. And that happened to one of my...
Yeah, that's right. It does happen.
Does.
That's twice in my life I've seen that happen. That's why you got to be careful.
And it was the funniest thing because the head of my club went further than the ball in that moment. I was like, oh, shit, that fucking flew. It was wild. But no, you were saying something like you feel good as opposed to this last year. And we kind of talked about that.
Yeah, no, it's like, we
were kind of talking about that yesterday.
I get nervous because it's like, you feel great. And then like sometimes you cannot feel great.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of worried that's going to like flop again. But I'm so riding a high.
Yeah, you feel like that other shoe's going to drop.
Yeah, like, because I've been there. Like last year I felt really good in the fall. And then I just kind of hit that point.
Yeah, Yeah, I know because like lately I've been feeling like you said, like I have been riding this high, and it's not because I do that, but it was just I've been riding that, and I've been feeling like just good,
Yeah.
And it is that I have these moments of like I'll feel weird, but it's not like it used to be where it's just like getting me down.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So having those moments where they drop, like that's what I keep waiting for.
Yeah.
And I'm trying not to.
Right. Because it's like then you're looking for the wrong thing.
Yeah. So I'm trying to like when I know something like taxes are coming or like I know something's coming, I'm like, okay, I'm already preparing myself for it. So I'm not like, oh my God.
Yeah. Right.
I need to prepare the wife for it.
Let me tell you, I feel like I owe a little bit of an apology. I kind of went off on taxes last year. That was kind of our fault.
Yeah.
It's like, it was everybody else's fault last year. Yeah, we found out Blanca wasn't putting enough away for taxes, so we fixed that problem.
But, that sucks, though, because you think when you're working for a place and you get the...
Right.
Was she claiming zero, doing all that?
I don't remember if she was.
Oh, but I know
she claimed differently in the beginning than I did. So I was taking like a boatload out for taxes, but she wasn't. And so when it came, we didn't realize that because you don't look at your HR forms again,
dude. Well, that's my issue. Is mine. I need to fix.
Right.
You know what I mean? Especially, I need to fix that.
Well, when you get into a different tax bracket, everything changes, and you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
This doesn't seem right.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm in a different tax bracket.
You probably are, bro. Like
I don't know. I hope not.
This man does well. This guy's a man among men. He's not like rich. Like don't go try to rob him or anything. But he's doing well. You should be very proud of yourself.
Yeah, I got. I don't. It's funny. Me and Alicia were just having this conversation.
Yeah.
Is I told her like it's kind of cool because I was thinking I was like look at where we are.
Right.
Like look at what we've built.
Right.
We might not have our like shit together all the time.
Sure.
But like, and we, you feel low, but then I was like looking at what, I was like, damn, we got a house, got a good family,
Roof
kids are, everybody's fed, like I'm not worrying if my, card's going to decline here and there.
Right.
I funds can be low sometimes, but it's like,
sure.
It's never those moments of scare that it used to be.
Yeah.
And
right.
Like just I don't know. I've said this before, sometimes just pausing and thinking about like, where you were at one point in life to where you are now.
Yeah.
Like, and seeing that and just remembering those moments, like, okay, because I think that puts you back into perspective on what you're, whatever you're trying to focus to fix or, accomplish in your life. Like, you see that, you're like, okay, that's like almost a motivating factor where it's like, okay, I'm ready to.
Yeah, right.
Okay, I'm ready to keep going. Let's do this. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we were talking about that yesterday, actually, on the way back from Costco.
Nice, Costco. Love that place. We went on a weeknight, way better.
It's still busy, but
still busy, but like not the same,
We haven't done a weeknight, like a weeknight shopping trip in a while because Alicia gets home around 6:15, 6:20 every night.
Yeah, I forget why we needed to go that night. There was something that we needed that was a Costco purchase.
But like, I like night shopping.
Oh, I think it was dog food.
Oh,
we get tired of spending a fortune on dog food. The Kirkland stuff is pretty good.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there for free, Kirkland.
You want to sponsor these guys right here.
The dog food, great dog food.
Yeah.
So we buy it and it's like way cheaper than going other places. I'm not knocking other places. We buy from other places a lot, but you can go to Costco and get it. It's a little cheaper, but you're going to feel like you survived World War II walking out of there. There's people everywhere.
Dude,
Costco's a nightmare.
When we went yesterday, it was I don't know, 12:30, 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
So it's like high,
the worst time.
It's high time right there. You know what I mean?
You're like sardines getting packed in,
dude. Yeah. This is kind of going back to how we've been feeling lately.
Yeah,
is before like when it came to parking, like I hate trying to find. I'll park anywhere, but I know Alicia she doesn't like close, but she doesn't also don't want to. No one wants to walk a mile.
Oh, I park as far away as possible. I really do.
But like, I don't get as annoyed waiting for parking. Like before, one thing that it kind of bugs me, but I don't get annoyed like I was before. That's where I know something's changed. It's like, I'm just waiting for someone to back out. Sure, they're taking fucking 40 minutes after they get back in their car.
Yeah, what is it with that?
And they don't fucking just hurry the fuck up and back up.
Once I'm in the car, annoying. We're moving. Unless I know cars are coming.
No, you need to know. Yeah. There's a rule that every person should know is just as soon as you get in your car, you're out of that
parking
spot quick because that place is nonstop.
Yeah, right. Right.
Yeah. So there's been times where I'm like sitting there.
But
and
they
I'm like,
sit there and they go through things. It's like you're waiting for somebody at the bank. You ever done that? You're going through the ATM.
You should see me and Elise here are kind of like, we're kind of like a machine out there.
Yeah.
We both have we know our role. We have a role when we scan food and when we put groceries away and when we like put the cart away. We know we have like a things are happening. It's just fluid. Boom. Yeah,
that's when you know that you've been together long enough. When everything
we don't even say nothing. We just know.
And then that one thing goes weird, and everyone's off. You're just like, wait a minute.
yeah.
I don't know. It does not compute.
What's going on? It does not compute. I don't know what I'm doing.
Kind of like AI, right?
Yeah.
And we were talking about AI earlier, man.
So I was listening to the Bad Friends podcast.
Yeah.
And they had I cannot remember. Oh, so it was Will Sasso.
Okay, yeah.
You remember him from?
Oh yeah.
So he was on there.
He's in Loudermilk too. We just started watching Loudermilk. I'm a little late to the game on that one, but
yeah, I think that might be his podcast. Is that one his?
Well, Loudermilk's a show.
But
yeah. But he's in that. Will Sasso's funny.
He was hilarious. Right?
You ever see the skit that he did where he was Tony Soprano? I think it was still on Mad TV. It was like The Sopranos on Fox or something. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And the whole thing was just like bleeps. Like the entire thing. He'd get like 3 words in, and it was all bleeps. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, Bobby Lee like talks like really highly of Will Sasso because like it's they've been friends for whatever.
Yeah, he's a fun guy.
But I guess like it just even outside.
I act like I know him. He's a fun guy, man. Will Sasso and me, we're hanging out.
Will?
Yeah, Big Willie. Yeah, I know him.
Yeah.
God, I wish. I just want one celebrity friend.
Isn't it weird how we call celebrities by their first and last name?
Yeah. You know Will Sasso?
Will Ferrell?
Hey, I know. We just talking. Hey, you know Jesse Barber? I was talking to Jesse Barber yesterday.
How weird is that?
Yeah, we were talking about going golfing.
Yeah, Tom Parham. Yeah. I was talking to my friend Tom Parham.
Yeah. It almost sounds like condescending if you say it about regular people, doesn't it? Like, so Tom Parham over there.
Yeah,
asshole. If you're famous,
you're
famous, like it's not Will Arnett I was talking to, is Will Sasso. I guess
I got the wrong name.
But Will Arnett would be fun to hang out with too.
Will Arnett seems funny. I love his Batman. He has a great Batman voice.
Does.
But no, AI. So
anyway, sorry.
I was listening to that podcast, and it had Will Sasso, and it had I can't remember the other guy. So if you ever hear this, I'm sorry.
Sorry, guy. I'm sure you have a great first and last name together. Well, it'll come to you.
The episode was great, and the guy was very well spoken, and he knew a lot about AI. But it was crazy how he started talking.
He wasn't like a celebrity; he was like an AI expert kind of thing.
No,
like
he was. He's on a podcast with Will Sasso. He's his sidekick. Like they're co-hosts. Sidekick.
Oh, okay. Sidekick.
I don't know.
Which one of us is the sidekick?
I don't know if we have one. We're co-hosts. There's not a Batman and Robin.
Right.
I think that's why I was thinking about it. I'm like sidekick.
Yeah. No.
I feel like I'd be the sidekick.
Well, I am black. You are in red. There we go.
Oh yeah, there we go.
We did not do that on purpose.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Anyway.
But no, he was like talking about how there's so much AI is going to kind of take over things like their podcast, I guess, is generated by AI. So it'll come up with questions for them. That's
awesome.
It'll do all this stuff. It'll time, talk about this at this minute, 18-minute mark, talk about
crazy.
It's like, it's embedded into that stuff. So they do that.
AI in this stuff. That make it.
And he was talking about AI and how just like with, there's streamers out there. There's a famous rapper who's an AI person, and people are like, have millions of followers, but it's not a real person.
You said AI person, so like they're becoming people.
Well, when you see them on the videos and stuff, they looks like an
image of a person. Yeah. It makes music like a person,
and it's very weird.
I don't know about that one.
Isn't that crazy?
There's some things out there, and
it's kind of cool, but it's kind of wild.
So we've talked about the bad side of AI, and I think there's definitely a good side of AI. There's definitely applications where AI is like awesome. Like there's this new. We just heard from our tech guy at work. There's like some AI that's like teacher specific, which I'm like, that's amazing. Because like if they could automate the BS parts of my job, like.
Make it easier.
Like just like grading certain things, or it's like I just need the number. I don't need to see. Like sometimes it's nice to see the details, so
Yeah.
But like there's
certain things,
those wasted time things in your job. Like that would be great. But taking jobs, we need people doing rap. We don't need computers doing rap. Like obviously they're gonna out rap us.
Well,
they have algorithms for everything.
Well, there's actually a and I might be wrong, but there's this song by his name's Corday and Juice World, and Juice World's part apparently is AI generated in the rap. But when you hear it, you can't. It sounds like him.
It's so weird. Like what?
How crazy is that?
Wouldn't that be funny if an AI rapped about a computer's experience in life? Like,
right, just the hard parts,
taking all like
living my 8-bit life.
You know, like it goes to the internet, scans. It's like, oh, bitches and hoes, and instead of that, it's like, oh, obsolete technology. Like it's all
hard drives and RAM.
It's all sad about how someday it's gonna be obsolete, and the world's gonna move it by. And you know,
the newer like chips are coming out. I'm just this old chip.
I'm a gateway PC.
Gateway's gone.
You know, like in 2023,
he was bought at Circuit City.
Yeah, bought at Circuit City. Look at me,
Circuit City gone.
My brother worked at Circuit City, and he left it, and like within that year, they went under. So we have a theory that if
your brother would have stayed, bro,
he would have stayed. He was basically working for free. He was in high school.
Yeah.
You know, he was like living with parents and stuff. So he's like, at one time I had like 8 checks just sitting around. He needed the cash. He's like, they're like $80 a piece. I'm like,
dude, so there's a guy we worked with, me and Gabe, at the fence company, and he was kind of the same way. He lived with his grandma or his mom or something.
Care. Didn't need money.
No. Like he would have like months of checks just like piled up. Like nothing.
Hey guys, if you're young and you're doing that, just know that the sooner you get that money into an account or invest in something, the more money you're going to actually make off that money. So don't just like put checks laying around. Actually do something with your money.
Yeah, because eventually after a few months, those checks actually, they like. If you ever look on the check, it says void after 90 days.
You would have to go back to your employer and ask them to reissue you a check, which they probably have to do. But
one thing it's funny you say, I actually do that because I get cut a check when I do my mileage.
Yeah.
So I get cut a check instead of getting direct deposit. Yeah. And so a lot of times I hold on to the check.
Sure. Because
like, I'm like, okay, for me, it's a savings
thing. Look, that's different. If you feel like you need to set money aside.
That was my instead of like.
What you might think about doing though is opening a specific account in a specific bank that you put it in. But although the interest on the bank is like, what, you're going to get 5 cents a year. So I don't know.
No, this one, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with this stuff.
Like that was my mindset on taxes. Like I know because we talked like last night. There's school thoughts. Like I want as much money as I can have now because it's worth more now. But then my school thought's always been, if I had it now, I'm probably more likely to spend it now.
Yeah.
Whereas later on, if I get it back in one chunk, I have a lot of money to either work with, or money to like put away.
Yeah.
So that was my theory, was like, I'd rather get money back at the end than suddenly have to like pay more than I may not have.
Yeah. And that's where I'm like, got to see is like, hard. If it's better, if it benefits me like financially,
right,
by doing how I am,
right,
you know,
right,
like actually having to pay back. I don't know.
You just have to be careful because
then it feels like you're constantly paying throughout the year, so it's like almost more money. Yeah, so
and they're interested in cheap. So
no. So I'll probably switch
get it one way or another.
Oh, I know. Hey, thanks for the house.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Right.
But getting back, actually, kind of going to AI.
Yeah.
Would that be because you were talking about video games, and before we get into that, I was going to just tie into like taxes. Do you think there will be ever a point where AI will just generate and do our taxes like automatic?
It sure could. I mean,
you know what I mean? Like it just already knows everything we've paid.
If you use like QuickBooks or whatever,
you know what I mean?
I mean TurboTax or any of that. Isn't that pretty much what it is? Just you're the AI putting it in. Like it's just entering numbers. So like
it's easy.
You could take a picture and the AI would just be like, oh yeah.
Well, even that, or you just put in your like social number or whatever you do, and it just pulls all that.
It could,
because I know when I do TurboTax online and stuff, like it already pulls all my works information.
Right.
Like I haven't had a paper W form in forever. Yeah, I don't need one.
Yeah, we have them. We have the paper ones, but Blanca pretty much does it. That's cool. Like she handles taxes for us. That's pretty neat. But
yeah, that's what I do. I do the taxes at the house.
I don't like taxes and there's like numbers and stuff. But
I don't have a lot to like.
Yeah, we don't have
it's so
difficult.
Easy.
I mean,
it's easy. So like, it's not like I got a special mortgage. So even when I have that on there, so,
Right. And now that our podcast is doing so popular, our finances are about to get real.
We're going to be just rolling in money. It's going to suck.
IRS, we are just kidding. We are significantly in the hole.
They should know because
yeah. Like,
they know everything.
This is fun. We do this for fun.
They have the algorithm. They can look online on us.
Seriously. Yeah,
but no, Tom.
Yeah.
So we were kind of talking about AI yesterday a little bit because he came over, brought Elliot over, and JJ and them were hanging out, and you were talking about video games, AI in video games. That would be actually pretty cool.
I was like, and you brought up and just exactly the angle I was thinking is like with the NPCs, right?
Yeah.
And I think, like I've said, like Rockstar, I think I've heard, and I never know what's true and what's not true, but it just seems so accurate to where we're probably going to be in a couple of years when this game drops.
Yeah.
GTA 6, I believe it was from Rockstar, said AI will play a role and will change gaming in GTA 6. So my thought is that it's going to have AI built in for like NPCs where their actions and their words are more specific to the circumstances that are happening in these.
And I wonder how like the city would interact. You know what I'm saying? Like the driving.
Right.
When you're driving like your car.
If you have an NPC that like is actually getting to the grocery store.
Yeah, well, like
like if you got to the point where like you had like a functioning stores that they're going to, like
that'd be cool.
There's a 13-year-old kid walking down the street. What does a 13-year-old kid doing? And
do you think they're gonna put kids in there?
GTA,
bro.
I hope so.
You'd be just blasting kids. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to think.
Have you ever seen kids in that show? I've never seen kids.
I've never paid attention.
I've never seen kids, but I think it's because you can.
Yeah, you can mow.
It's not cool to mow down kids.
I mean, but they're fake. I want this shit to be real. No, I guess, yeah. No, I don't think I have. I remember when GTA 4 came out. It was when the graphics just got good enough.
Yeah.
That I remember thinking like, man, this looks like real.
But now with AI generated, can you imagine the faces will be... Like, there's going to be a point where it's going to look like people.
Well, and I know too, like,
you know what I mean?
From the trailer itself, you look and like, there's a lot of like Instagram type stuff. It's like not Instagram, but it's like whatever they're making. Like,
yeah,
there's like cell phone footage where things are happening. Like, I think part of the AI is going to be like you're committing crimes and people are filming you.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then the cops know where you are based on like what people are filming, like all that kind of crap.
I wonder if they're gonna like tie into like streaming.
Yeah, because there's this girl. There's this shot of this older woman, and she like looks very Florida-ish. You know, you've seen Florida. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
She's got like a baseball bat in her hand. She's like, "What the fuck are you looking at?" or something like that. And it's like she's being filmed.
Yeah.
So there's definitely like elements there. So I'm just so curious what AI is going to be in video games and how it's going to change the game.
Oh, dude, it's going to change.
Because, like, I can never do this. So I'm telling you, people, I want some game developer to make a mafia game that is, like I was telling you last night, like, you start out as a rampa.
Yeah,
you
the
start out as some guy that's not connected, and you got to get yourself known to some made guy.
Dude, that would be a sick
that, like,
game, though.
Brings you in, and it could be any one of these families that you get brought into, like, and whoever you get introduced to, like that social group of people, is who you're associated with, and then you meet people throughout the game, and it's way more.
You can switch families and shit.
And, like you could,
you know what I mean?
What happened? Like there's a beef. Oh man, you're gonna get whacked.
I'm going to the Gambinos.
Yeah, we're going over here. Yeah, you know. Yeah. I mean, like you could. That'd be so cool to use AI in the good way.
Oh, dude, I think there is going to be a lot of like,
because there's going to be like politics wise, it's going to be awful. They've already made fake, politics ads and stuff, which is like we don't need that.
Well, because
there's going to be fake footage of things that make us hate each other and stuff.
Well, I think some of that politics stuff sucks because I think that.
It's like
that's
scary.
That's again the bad side. I feel like because that's going to create like hate.
Right,
people.
Exactly.
It's just creating hate that doesn't need to be there.
Do nothing but create love.
It doesn't. It's a togetherness.
Brings us together.
It's a family.
As long as there aren't children that you can kill.
What's Cosa Nostra's?
Yeah, La Cosa Nostra.
That's like family or some shit.
La Cosa Nostra. What does it mean? I'm trying to remember. I know what it means.
It has to do with the family, don't it?
It means
I don't know, but it's like it's
our
a family.
Thing. I know our thing. It's like our thing.
Yeah. See, it's like a family.
Like us. It's for us, not for them. It's for us.
But AI, because and getting back to that other podcast, like he was talking about AI generated movies and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Oh, shit, I could see that.
But see, that's where
that strike
the big
happened.
Contract. Yeah,
so,
it was a good contract because that's the problem.
So it was funny listening to that because I'm listening to this podcast from the old episodes, trying to get caught up kind of thing.
Right.
And so this is 2022 before the whole strike, right?
Right.
And so it's funny that that's mentioned because they're like, well, no, you'll just pay them a royalty of your face and you'd get money from the movies if they did that. But then the strike happened and they luckily they didn't.
Yeah.
Because that
you think if you're a studio, of course you're going to want mega computers to do it for way cheaper. They can make everything in there. Well, already movies are way too that way. Like, it does bother me when movies are so green screened. Like,
everything's green screened.
It's like
they weren't in New York.
I still enjoy old school stuff where it's like a real explosion. And like the face makeup versus just AI stuff. Like, we've talked to death about things that were like a letdown because it's too fakey. Yeah. So, yeah.
But no, that sucks. But I don't know.
They got a good contract, I think, right? Yeah, well, that's it. That's it for that.
Well, moving on. We're like, AI. AI would have kept talking, though.
Yeah, AI would have been like, you should bring up.
We should try an AI generated thing. We should do that on a podcast one time.
Let's do a podcast where all we do is whatever AI tells us to talk about.
Yeah. And
then they're like, boring, move on. What was AI's voice sound like? AI's voice would just sound like whoever wanted to.
It would sound like this.
Can AI take two celebrities and mesh their voices into another person's voice?
If you had to have an accent for your AI, what would it be?
Oh, God. Probably New York.
New York would be good.
But I don't know, man. It could, depending on the circumstances.
You know which one I like, kind of? I like South African.
How is South African?
I don't know.
Is it kind of Australian?
It's kind of, but it just has this cool, like...
Oh, yeah, because like Noah...
there's an actor
What's his name? Noah... The guy that was Daily Show.
Trevor Noah?
Trevor Noah. There we go. Trevor Noah. He's from South Africa, right?
Is he?
I think so.
Oh, yeah, maybe. I thought he was from the UK.
No, I think he's from South Africa. I don't know much about Trevor Noah. He's talked a little bit about like the politics.
Yeah, there's this other actor. I can't freaking remember his name, but he's a great actor. He was in District 9. He was one of the ones that started turning into like an alien. Have you ever seen District 9? Fuck, that movie's so good. Ago. Chappie. He was also in Chappie. He's Chappie's voice. But like, I don't know. That'd be mine.
Yeah.
It'd have to be South African. It sounds cool, man.
South African.
Something like that, right?
That's something I think.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like that. I suck at accents.
That'd be like, there's so many good
but it's like that.
There.
Yeah. It's not like that.
Yeah.
I like how I'm saying it's like that.
It's like that.
In my mind, it sounds
it's like
great.
That way. It sounds perfect.
Everyone else is like, it sounded shitty.
Yeah, do it again. I got to hear it again.
Is it a South African?
No. I don't know. I don't know if that was
That wasn't it.
Just keep doing it, though.
South African.
Yeah, keep doing it. Keep doing it.
I'll have to practice. I'll have one at the end of the podcast.
There you go. That's a good one, though. I'm limited in what voices I can do, so I think Italian.
I think you would pick it up a little here. Italian would be sick.
I like Italiano,
Yeah.
He'd be very sexy.
Dude,
Italiano.
I watched this show, Griselda.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
and it's pretty cool. But there's one of the less episodes. They talk about there's a guy in there that he has like a cool accent, and they
talk about his cool accent.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Where's he from?
He's Mexico or Colombia or whatever.
Yeah, Colombia.
Those people are crazy. Drug, like
all of them.
Can you imagine living that lifestyle?
No, man.
It's so scary.
I hate drugs.
When you see these movies, you're like, our shows, and it's about a real person. Like, I know some of it's like a little extra.
But I mean, no. If you know that story, that lady, she really was like mean.
Well, yeah, she just was like, no, just do it.
Yeah.
But she was, don't try your own product if you're going to sell drugs.
Look, man.
Don't sell drugs, but
I saw, it's like, it goes back. I mean, like, you look at Goodfellas, Henry Hill, man. He was tasting his own supply.
Well, they fucking started paranoia, man.
Yeah, man.
Everyone's against me.
Yeah.
It was kind of...
Just don't sell drugs, first of all. First and foremost.
Don't be stupid.
Drugs are bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Drugs is bad.
That's an old South Park. I don't know if you ever saw that one. Mr. Mackey teaching the kids about drugs. And drugs are bad. Okay.
Oh, I love Mr. Mackey.
Drugs are bad. Okay. Don't do drugs.
He's almost like Dr. Phil.
I wonder if that's where they got the idea. Well, I know. Actually, no. Trey Parker has talked about it. He had a teacher that actually sounded like Mr. American. Okay, boys, we're gonna learn about social studies today. Okay. Maybe Dr. Phil was the teacher. What laugh did I just do?
It's a French.
I'm getting too into it today.
Le Poisson.
I'm telling you, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling jonesed.
I know. I'm ready. My Niners are playing today. Let's go Niners.
There you go. Yeah. Let's go.
I know. We. Yeah, they were playing when we went to the dinner that last time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
So I was preoccupied. There's a couple times I kept watching. A lot of times I got to watch games by myself. I'm like, I don't know. It's funny because Bucket was the same way. Like me and Bucket love football, but like we both prefer to watch the games alone.
Because you're actually like really watching the game.
We're watching the game. Yeah, like I'm watching. I'm like, I'm not like I fucking,
Yeah. Not losing it, but
but I'm like stressing out.
Was it a little frustrating?
Oh, dude, I was stressing out.
You thought it was not looking good for a little while.
Man, are you kidding me right now?
See, the Seahawks, I just got so used to it. You'd be like, you'd have a huge lead, and then, or you would like die, and then pull it back at the end. It was always kind of seemed to be.
Yeah, they're going to be rebuilding.
I know. They let go of Pete Carroll.
Yeah, I mean, he was a good coach, but I think they're looking to go different direction.
They are, and I get it, but
I wonder if he's going to retire, if he's going to go somewhere else.
I don't know.
Pete Carroll was pretty.
I don't think it was his fault. The team was in a restructure mode anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but whatever.
I don't know all the politics into
Neither do I. I don't know shit about football, as you guys have heard. I don't know anything about basketball. We were at my son's game yesterday.
Oh,
and so they were on offense. And he was by the hoop, but the kid guarding him was like in front of him, between him and the hoop. And Blanc and I are both like, get open. And like after the play, and they're all running back, he comes over to us and he's like, I was supposed to stay in that spot.
Oh,
like he had a point. Like, okay.
Well, they're probably trying to run plays.
I was like, bro, you don't embarrass me like that shit, man. Like, I'm your dad, bro. I know football.
Yeah, especially depends on his position too. He might be like a center-ish type.
I don't know.
He's one of the taller kids, I'm guessing.
Black box on the key.
Yeah.
He was supposed to stand on that.
Yeah.
So, but I'm thinking like you're still supposed to kind of get open, right?
Yeah. Well, a lot of times he could be setting a screen.
He's setting it up to like, he's just stand there though. He wasn't doing nothing.
Sometimes they have to stand there because they're learning. Right. Someone would set a screen, and so he'd block them. Yeah. And so someone else would go around and throw him the ball or something. Right. Maybe I'd be playing my NBA game.
Maybe he was trying to do that. I need to start because like I'm watching him. I'm like, I don't know what the hell's going on outside of like.
My buddy Efren is like, he's really into basketball.
Yeah.
He's been playing. He's played basketball his whole life and stuff. Shout out to Efren, and but he knows a lot. He's coached basketball, so he was teaching me stuff. Like I've always played basketball, but I've never played like I played organized basketball once for Boys and Girls Club. I was Elliot's age, right. Not the most. It's organized, but it's not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're playing full court, but
but you're just kind of out there playing. Like no one's teaching you stuff, right?
Yeah. Our coach was cool, but he was in a wheelchair. Actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he was actually a really cool coach. I cannot remember his name, but he was. I remember he was in a wheelchair. He was like this. Like I think he was. God, he was probably in his 20s, maybe 30s. He was around there. Yeah, he was just, God, what was his name? I'll never remember. Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I don't remember.
You just remember wheelchair
cool coach.
guy.
I just remember he was cool coach.
Nice guy.
Yeah, he was a nice guy. But yeah, so I've only done that and then City League basketball.
Okay. Yeah, you've talked about that before.
Only time, and that's not organized.
Yeah.
But our team was trying to be like,
just tough guys.
Come on, guys, run a 3-4-5 screen.
That's what I'm supposed to do.
Isolation.
It's like,
what?
Oscillate. So, you just start shaking.
My buddy Efren would explain a couple things to me.
Sure.
Like I'd watch basketball, but I understand stuff, but I've never done it.
Yeah.
It's a lot different.
Yeah.
So he'd be like, no, so up here, maybe sit right here. This is your zone. Cause it'd be like you're running zone. So this is your zone. This little circle
instead
here.
Of 1-to-1, you're just kind of in a zone, seeing who's open.
So if this guy cuts over this way, I can cut over and maybe block him. Or
when you get better, you're supposed to actually be able to like decide who am I going to block. Versus right now, the kids are like
because you can see someone about to shoot, or you can see if they're good, they'll fake you out.
You can't double team. I know that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know how
like,
it is.
they don't like porn stuff in basketball. That's what it seems.
No DP.
That's what it seems.
They won't let you double team, huh?
No.
Well, I guess it's younger. I don't know how that works.
They can in adults though. You can
They double team because you don't want one guy. Like sometimes he starts dominating, you got to double team him and go up. Like in my game, they'll be triple team.
See, I don't fucking know. Yeah. I don't know shit about basketball. I need to learn though, because I'm like Elliot's like he's getting there. Like last season, he would always face the guy. Okay, sorry, so I'm popping my head. Last season, he would always face the guy while he was guarding. And then we were talking about like you got to know where the ball is, so face the ball while you guard and kind of pay attention to where he's at.
Yeah.
So like I knew that much. But yesterday we were looking the game. The ball wasn't in really play at the moment, but Elliot looks at the kid he's guarding and does this. No, the kid's guarding him, and Elliot does this and then runs off and like starts kind of running around the kid, like trying to stand. The kid's like, what is going on? It was really funny. My boy, he's got some moves. He's got the mind game going. Like, well, he just like waved goodbye and then just took off. It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
And that was last year?
That was this year. That was yesterday he did that. I was like, man, my boy's got some. He's playing head games out there.
Yeah, that guy's like freak. Like, what is wrong with this kid?
I mean, if Elliot had realized the ball wasn't in play at the moment, he probably wouldn't have done it. But
it's still funny though.
Man, he just like, bye bye.
Yeah.
It was so.
I need to get awesome. JJ into something like that. Man. I would love. See, I need. Because I love sport. It's funny. I love the sports stuff.
Yeah.
Elliot does the sports stuff. JJ likes fishing and stuff.
Yeah.
Like he likes doing the outdoorsy stuff. I think
that's cool. We need to take the boys camping soon. Like not soon now with winter, but
no, fuck it.
Yeah, dude, I would winter camp. I'm so wanting to try it out.
Winter camp, yeah,
just
below freezing. Our kids,
maybe not handle. With the kids, but like
nope, with them, they need to handle.
They need to learn.
What happened when you get adulthood? When you was a little hunter, they'd send you out.
That's true.
Go eat a saber tooth. Go hunt and eat a saber tooth.
They throw their babies out in the nest. Like, how rough is that?
That's what we need to do with our kids nowadays.
Like, I mean, just like, hey, there's a 30-foot drop. Good luck.
I think you're ready.
That is tough parenting, man.
Oh, you broke yourself. Sorry.
Shoot.
Survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
And they complain about us as parents. Birds are terrible parents.
Birds are horrible parents. I'm watching our dog that gave birth, not our dog, but our foster dog that gave birth. She got 7 puppies, and man, she's a bad mom sometimes.
She's like, fuck you.
They're all laying there like eating, and she'll just stand up and start running away. She's got babies hanging off her tits, like falling everywhere.
Oh,
like,
she won't let him feed?
Mama, just relax. The little tiny runt is doing really well. It keeps putting weight on. Things are good, but she was kind of drying up for a while because they're bigger, so they're eating a lot more.
Yeah.
So we had to like change up what we were feeding her. But like she was nervous. We couldn't figure out why. This is the first time we've had puppies at the house like this, right? And she kept taking the run. And for a while, she was getting out of like the little area that they were. We didn't have it totally secured because we didn't know we needed to. And Blanca would find the runt 2 times it happened, shoved in between cushions of a couch.
What?
Yeah, she was like nervous and trying to protect it, killing it. She was killing it while she was trying to protect it.
What was she trying to protect it
from? I think is we deduced, and now that we've been through it a little bit, she was probably drying out in her milk and knew that she had limited resources. So it was trying to get him in a position where in her mind, she could make sure that she could protect him.
Oh, she's trying to be sweet, but
you know how
kind of
stupid
murderous.
Animals are. Like,
well, I'm gonna put you in this crack.
Forget about you, and then you're gonna die, or someone's gonna sit on you. I feel like, man, what is she doing? Because she'd keep like nervously like grabbing him in her mouth and trying to run off. And we're like, no, drop him. We knew that she wasn't trying to hurt him. You're just like, you're gonna accidentally hurt him. Like, eventually, something's gonna go bad.
She's like, nah, I just.
Like, he's just
she just needs to get around. And it's the runt. He doesn't need to eat.
I know. He's good.
Why
he's
the runt, though?
The runt, because this is the only one she could still pick up.
Oh.
Fat, man.
Are they big?
They're cute and they're fat. Yeah, they're
I have
big.
to check them out after this.
They're like, oh, man, they've like tripled in size.
Yeah, they were tiny.
Yeah, I mean, they're still little. Don't get me wrong. Like, they'd fit in my hand.
Are they mixed pups?
Oh, yeah. They're like, one of them's white like mom.
Okay.
And all the other ones are brown or black. Yeah, she got around, but
little hussy.
She was with everybody, but yeah, only one girl. All the other ones are male, which is like that blew our mind. It was like dick. Like we kept looking like because you'd think because they say I've heard that we start off, all of us are female.
That's
and then
what I hear.
eventually, you know, like at some point you get hit with testosterone or something.
So dad has some strong men there. He had some strong doggy semen.
They were like, no, I want boys.
He had doggy semen, the strongest.
Yeah. So, man, you know, one thing weird, I started thinking about Merlin this morning.
Okay, Merlin
the wizard.
Merlin from Excalibur.
And it just kind of made
there's a show.
Yeah, Merlin. Yeah, when I Googled it, that was all that popped up at first. I had to like scroll down to get to the Merlin I was thinking of. Like, I know it's the same Merlin, but
yeah.
So like my thought was like,
no, Uncle Merlin down the road.
Right. Right. Yeah. Merlin, you know. Yeah. The Merlin brothers.
What got you thinking about Merlin, by the way?
I don't know. It just like it popped in my head. I was just getting ready this morning, and all of a sudden I was like, Merlin. I think it's like, was I talking to you about Merlin? No, Blanca. I think I was talking to Blanca about like how cool it was that he lived in a tree in that old Disney movie.
Oh yeah,
like,
Merlin was
like
awesome.
A tree house,
yeah, he was like an Abyssal guy.
Like, how many people do you think actually think Merlin was like a historical character?
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I did.
So I was like, you know what I mean? Like, but how many like adult Americans, like not kids, but like adults would be like Merlin and think that Merlin really lived?
Oh, I'm sure there's a lot.
Quite a few, right?
I feel like I probably thought that as an adult.
So like I was looking up
because I never looked up
to make sure, because I was pretty sure he came from the story of King Arthur's court and all that.
Yeah, like I thought he was a a real fucking wizard, but there was a person that was.
So like, I don't think he was based on any particular character in real life. I don't think. Yeah. I could be wrong on that. So maybe there was a real Merlin, but
no, I don't know.
As far as like the magician stuff, he was fictional from the King Arthur's and the Knights of the Round Table and all that. And the funny thing was though, like then I started realizing like I don't know if King Arthur is a real figure or not.
Is he?
So while I was investigating other people being dumb, I realized I myself am pretty dumb. So I had to Google.
I thought he was like
King Arthur. It's debated. Like the time frame that he would have existed, there's no evidence he wasn't necessarily real, but there's also no historical evidence to prove he was real.
Yeah, because most
historians don't consider him.
It's like folklore, the Excalibur and all that.
Yeah, I mean, like the magical stuff, probably not real.
Yeah,
but like the Sword and the Stone, probably not. But as far as a King Arthur that the story originated from, it's possible, but there's no evidence.
How cool!
But man,
Knights of the Round Table, dude. Seriously. When I used to hear about Knights, I thought that was the coolest thing.
Yeah, right.
Like I thought, I used to think Livin back then would have been sick.
Except for when you find out it would have literally been sick, and we would have.
No, yeah, that's
it was gross. Like you die at 12.
Merlin couldn't have helped me then.
Merlin would have been like,
I'd be like, "Where the fuck is Merlin?
I got a card trick I can do. It blows everybody else's mind. I don't know.
That's why they thought he was magic.
Like, he's magic. He's just like he's got one mushroom he can crush up. Like this probably will make your dick thing go away. Like, that's I'm magic.
I think this is why.
Didn't work. Eat. Sorry.
It didn't work on the last guy. I think he died.
It's got like a 12% chance of working. So but he was magic.
Yeah.
And I was thinking too about the magic.
Yeah.
That is Magic Mind. Oh, and if you haven't tried it yet, man, I'm telling you, this Magic Mind stuff
is so good.
It is delicious. First of all, you can mix it in a drink if you want to.
I feel like it's also like the sugars, like stuff like that. It's like, mindful of all that stuff.
It's very mindful. Actually, they had because they send like a lot of messages out, like emails, not like annoyingly so, but like educationally so. They sent an email out. They were talking about how a lot of other drinks will use some really cool thing that everyone's putting in their drinks now, but they actually said, but the research suggests it's habit forming. And they don't want to be habit forming.
No.
So they kept this out. I wish I could remember what it was, but they kept it out. And I was like, that's really cool.
That is
because you don't get a lot of companies that are like, oh, hey, this thing will addict them to our product.
Well, you get a lot of companies do the opposite.
Right. They want you to get addicted. Magic Mind is not like that. They use natural products that are actually proven through science, or at least, science is like supporting the health benefits.
Well, you like the matcha.
The matcha. Like you drink tea, you got matcha.
Oh, yeah.
Magic Mind. It also tastes delicious. I don't know about you. I like tea.
Matcha's actually
always delicious.
Matcha's good for men.
Yeah.
It's I think it's like, there's like health involved for men that matcha's actually good for. I think Yeah. It's good for that.
Good for
for your nether regions.
So hey, if you want to make your lady friend happy, Magic Mind will do it.
Yeah.
I was like looking up. They sent out another email, and it was the word I was struggling with last week, and they made me feel good about myself.
The phosphatidities.
Phosphatidities. And I didn't know what that was.
What is that actually?
Somewhere in there. Whatever it is it helps your cell membranes.
Oh, so like rebuilds them?
It's designed to make your brain bulletproof.
Hey.
Like it literally, what it does is it coats your cell membranes in a nice protective layer. So if you like King Arthur's Knights, you want to be a member of that round table, you got to take some of this Magic Mind and wrap your brain cells in some magic of some stuff. Of that stuff.
I mean, the cool thing is we're kind of sponsored by Magic Mind.
Magic Mind is a sponsor, and we really have enjoyed working with them. Their product is delicious. It's fun. I really
get a sense of clarity.
Yeah, like it's I mean, like the nootropics, right?
Yeah, that has that brain cell stuff, the phosphatidate
from lion's mane mushroom.
How would you say that though?
What's that?
Phosphatidylisterine.
I got it down.
Oh, it's super small. The guy got to wear his glasses. Probably.
The nootropics. Oh God, I got
the
this.
I
worked so hard on this before the podcast started. Phosphatidylglycerin. 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 Say that 3 times fast. I don't even know how they knew to put this stuff in there. That word's so hard to say. That's the science behind Magic Mind.
That's awesome.
It is, but like truly, it's packed full of vitamins. It's one of those things you take it.
Yeah.
It becomes like, I mean, it's like part of your routine, like you pop out. It's so easy to drink. It tastes great. You can still have your coffee or whatever else you like to drink.
You can add it to your coffee.
Yeah.
If you wanted.
And it's actually, they're like straight up. They're like, the more that you take it on a routine basis, the stronger the effects.
Well, it's like a liquid vitamin in a way.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. So like you're just giving your body that energy, that strength that it needs to get through the day, to feel.
Vitamin D. We don't always get the sun.
We don't get enough vitamin D.
Well, because wintertime, it's cloudy, it's kind of crappy out. Vitamin D helps with your mood. And,
they say the farther north you get, which if you're like us up in Washington, man, it gets cloudy. It's dark.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, you're breaking rakes in the middle of the day because it's dark and
because
you can't
it's dark.
See.
Because you need Magic Mind.
Magic Mind will help you with that.
Yeah, it does kind of just make you feel like good. You feel good.
And I'll say scientifically proven to help reduce the amount of broken rakes in your house.
It would be.
Because in my house, that's probably would be the truth.
If I was on Magic Mind, I'd still have my shovel.
Back then, I did not know about Magic Mind, but now I do.
I mean, the cool thing I think I like though is, like, I know you can add it to stuff, but I think just by itself,
it's actually really good.
It's a good juice.
I will not lie.
I don't want to say it's juice, but it like has like a good flavor to it.
What we have comes in this little bottle here.
Yeah.
And when I first saw it, I'm like, I don't know how good this is going to be because it looked very earthy.
It does look
which is a great look in the sense of like, ooh, I want to feel healthy. But often that earthy stuff has that dirt flavor, It just tastes like somebody went out and scooped up a bunch of dead leaves and dog poop and put it in a bottle.
Oh, dude, I've had some kombucha stuff that's very earthy.
That kombucha.
No. Some of it's good.
But if you think Magic Mind is going to be like that, you're in for a kick in the mouth of deliciousness because it tastes like you won't believe that it's so good for you because of how nice it tastes.
Yeah, like we have another bottle that I'm going to give my wife, and she's going to. I know she'll like it. She like just drinking when we had it, I was like, oh, she'll love this shit.
100% of the people that have tried Magic Mind in our house have loved Magic Mind.
It's true.
It's a 100% success rate. And let me tell you, the mental clarity you're going to get if you're having a hard time following through on those New Year's resolutions, pop in a Magic Mind. Yeah. Keep going with it. If you're feeling down, you need to be brought up like us fine folks over here, feeling good. Take a Magic Mind.
We're feeling up.
We're feeling upbeat. Life is going okay. If you want your life okay too, take a Magic Mind. All joking aside, Magic Mind, you're putting good stuff in your body.
You are.
And you can feel good about that. You want to protect those brain cells. I just heard recently in a movie, you don't get those back.
Well, it's good because it has the turmeric and the asagawa.
Yeah.
Asagawa? I don't even know. But it's like good for like stress.
Right.
You know, like, I don't know. Like I've said, like I drink a lot of tea. And so I have a lot of tea that has the matcha, the turmeric and the asagawa.
Right.
But it is a good stress
tea is great for the warmth. You know, the flavor.
It is. I have to have it at night because it's like too hot. Like,
and it's just, you know, teas have a tea flavor. Like, it's not bad, but it's not like, I mean, I don't think people go out. Like, have you ever had a cold tea? Gross.
You have this in your fridge. You reach for that. Cold.
You reach for that.
Just take a quick little, because it's little shots.
It's little, It's like
it's not something you're going to drink all day. It's like a daily vitamin.
Think of it like a little medicine, an investment in yourself. You take it, and over time you're going to build up the strength in your own body to become the person that you want to be. You're going to take charge of your life with the help of Magic Mind and the beauty of you yourself. And that's what we're trying to do in our lives. You can already see, even before Magic Mind, we were trying to make ourselves better. We were trying to improve where we could.
Mental health.
You know, we've had some slides. We've had, we've made gains and we've had fallbacks, but man, you just stay on that course. You just get yourself realigned with where you want to be.
Yeah.
And with you and Magic Mind, anything is possible. And if you are interested, we have a discount code for you.
Yeah.
Just Blended 20 will get you 20% off of your purchase anytime you want. And for a limited time, Magic Mind is offering a January special. So I really hope you get this thing posted before the end of January. If not,
we'll enjoy just the discount code.
But I think the discount code alone.
Use the discount code, even if it's not January.
Anytime you want.
It could copy over where it could be that.
Just Blended 20. Any order you get is 20% off. Yep. Make sure that you put at the end of your purchase when you're going to pay, give that discount code Just Blended 20 for 20% off.
And if you do the 3-month subscription, it'll give you a free month
in the month of January.
You'll get 1 month free of the two.
Right. So if you it's actually like a 75. It's like a 75% discount if you look at it that way. So Magic Mind.
It's an investment in you.
It's an investment in you and your future, and the person that you want to be. You want to feel good. You want to give yourself the energy that you need, the vitamins you need. You want that mental clarity. You ever get that time at the end of a work day where you just feel like worn out? You can't think straight. You're like trying to message people and you're like, I sound stupid because the words just won't come out.
Oh, that's me all the time,
man.
Well, I think the cool thing about it is it is good for it's stress. It's trying to help you just kind of like.
And as we know from the data, America is a stressed out place.
I know we sound like a bunch of snake oil hippies over here, but no, like having like I said, like drinking tea for me has been just like this, where it's just kind of like, I don't know, you just feel stressed out, and so you drink that, it kind of just calms you,
right?
So reach for Magic Mind.
So instead of going for 80 different types of tea, just go for one Magic Mind. Get everything that you need in one convenient little bottle. And it also tastes really good.
I could probably kill a bottle, like a freaking 20-ouncer.
Right.
I'd probably kill that.
I know.
It'd be
22
so
ounce, like a 2-liter.
Just a 40-ounce
2-liter
Magic Mind,
man.
I want
2 40s of Magic Mind. Just glass monkey it.
I'd have it in paper sacks,
bro.
I'd have them in the paper sack. The duct tape.
It'd be the opposite, though.
What was that from the 40s? Where he had
I don't.
Was that old school?
Maybe.
It
probably was.
I don't know.
Yeah. And he wakes up with them still taped
Frank the Tank
hands. Frank the Tank on Magic Mind. Man, you'd be out thinking everybody if you did 2.
I could use this before meetings.
Yeah, seriously. I know I need them like midday. I probably should actually take these instead of in the morning. I should just drink my coffee in the morning and then do these in midday, because there are times I'm messaging parents at the end of the day real quick, and I know my brain's just not firing the same as it does in the morning.
That's me with the
maybe
emailing.
A little bit of this midday would like pop my brain cells into top gear.
Yeah, that's me with emails sometimes.
Yeah.
Or even like I said, like even on the phone. Sometimes I just like stumble over my words. Kind of the way I talk here. Sometimes I stumble over my words, or I pause, or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's
well, we all do. We all do at times.
This will help. This will help for sure.
Anyway, we've actually used Magic Mind I can't tell you how good it tastes. Like that to me was the most mind blowing because like a lot of this stuff I knew that these things inside of it were good for you.
Mm-hmm.
I just was not anticipating that taste. Like I first saw it, and I'm like, oh man, this might be hard.
Yeah,
It's got that earthy look. So I'm like, I know it's good for you because it looks like it. Then you taste it, you're like, wow.
Yeah.
How they make this happen? It's like literal magic inside of Magic Mike.
Yeah.
Merlin approved.
Merlin approved. I did think Merlin was a real person at one point.
I tell you, wouldn't it be cool if he were?
Yeah, dude. Was the Knights of the Round Table?
Yeah.
They were real, right? Were they or no?
I think that it's questionable.
They're like the fucking Justice League to me.
I was going to say, or like, they're like the captains, you know? Like,
how sick is it, though, to think about?
King Arthur's like John Gotti.
Do they have, they've made a King Arthur like type movie. I want one that's like, I don't know,
man,
not so corny.
I need a Magic Mind to clear out my throat right now.
Right?
Yeah.
He's like,
I'm dying over here. My throat got all dried up.
Hey, so I heard about this thing called parasocial relationships.
Yeah, you said that last night, and I was like, "What?"
And I couldn't because I've been neglecting my notes, but I've been bringing them back when I think of something.
Yeah, that's good. This guy takes notes.
So when I'm driving, going to Spokane, like I was in Spokane this week and stuff, I'll hear something, and I'll like
jot it down.
As I'm driving, I'll get my phone and I'll start putting that down, because it's it's safe, easy.
Yeah.
I do that though.
You'll pull over.
On the side of the road.
Please stop, turn off your engine. It's in park.
Yeah. Keep my seatbelt on, the whole nine.
Good. I hope so.
Yeah, hazards, everything.
Yes.
And then I write these notes down.
Yes.
So I had one called Parasocial Relationships, and I heard it on a podcast, and I had no idea what it was, but it's basically when it's a one-sided relationship.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what I was saying. Like it's like you had said. It's like the way you feel, like people feel about celebrities. They feel like there's like
I'm connected to you. You're so significant in my life, but you have no clue I even exist.
Yeah. So when you meet your like person, you're like, and they they're like kind of a dick.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Because you build them up in your head as like this.
So you approach them like there's already a relationship there. Yeah. Because in your mind there is.
Hey, fucking Tom, how you doing?
Yeah.
Like, nah.
Tom Parham. Like, hey, you dick.
You talk to me. I'm a celebrity. You go by first.
Don't talk to me with that condescension.
Yeah.
Right.
Tom Hardy, hey. Instead of, you just call him Tom.
Right.
Hey, what's up, Tom? How you been,
right.
man? It's been a long time. But would you talk to a celebrity that way? Or would you say Tom Hardy?
No, I'd use their full fucking name, bro. I met
Tom Allegris Hardy.
The real
I don't know what his
Coach
middle name.
Carter. The real one at Eastern. And I was like, I don't care about celebrities.
Wait. He went to Eastern to talk or what?
He was a student there. No, just kidding. No, he
got his
they bring
degree there.
Speakers in. Yeah. And my brother was super into the movie Coach Carter.
Good movie.
I didn't care. I'm not a big sports guy, so I didn't watch a lot, but I watched it once. I was like, that's cool. So he came, he was giving kids money. He's like, Who wants like a $20 bill? He's just balling everywhere. They're like, the kid's like, me. And he's like, come on down. He's like, you would have raised your hand, you would have gotten $20. You got to put yourself out there. It was cool. And
that's kind of cool.
I'm like watching him and I'm like, man, that's neat. And then we go down to meet him. We like shake hands. Like I was giddy. I was like, man, this is crazy. You're like the guy from the movie. He's like, yeah. And like my brother just like loves that movie. He's like, well, get him on the phone. I'm like shaking, like call my brother. Like, oh, no, for real? I'm standing by Coach Carter. I hand him the phone. He talked to my brother. He was like the coolest guy.
Oh, seriously?
Seriously.
That's a sick ass story.
No joke. Met Ron Jeremy.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did he have a big dick?
Yeah. He sucked his dick. It was no.
It wasn't like it used to.
No, it was it was interesting. Definitely interesting. I was like,
where'd you meet him at?
At Eastern. He was also a student there. No, he came to talk.
Sex ed.
He came to he was a sex one of those sex professors.
He's a interesting looking guy.
He but he talked a lot about like the industry and about like rights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it was an interesting talk, but like I was a freshman in college. So it was like, my world was just exploding around me. It's like, I'm going to hear everyone's side of every perspective and take it all in.
That's kind of cool.
The Christian kids are walking around like, this is evil. I was like, well, I'm going to listen anyway. And we went in and we listened. And my buddy Levi, he was a real porn connoisseur.
This is my idol.
But like, I mean, like it was like one of those things where you're like, I got to get a signature for my buddy. It's like I got his signature, and then I was like, can I get one for my buddy? Like it's his birthday, and I'm thinking he might be like, oh, like to Levi, happy birthday, homie. It's like Ron Jeremy gave it to me, and like, okay, like you think you're gonna have this moment where it's like, oh, who's your buddy? Like blah blah blah. Every time you meet a celebrity, you think they're gonna like somehow magically like you.
Is it crazy that a porn star can be a celebrity?
Yeah, I mean everybody knows Ron Jeremy.
Yeah,
right?
it is.
I mean,
I don't even know when he was big, to be honest. He's always been big. Never mind.
He has a master's degree in child education, and he's like a master teacher.
How was he as a speaker?
He was good. Like he talked about. He kind of refuted the idea that the porn industry is degrading to women. He talked about, which I mean, hey, I don't know, like, but he was talking about how like really women are given the most rights in the industry. Like they choose who they perform with. They choose.
I've heard that.
A lot of the aspects of like what they're willing to do and all that, and men. Not so much. You just kind of get gigs and they tell you where to go and you have to go and do it. But
because it's usually the girls that are the face of the.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, let's face it, the girls are the ones that matter.
Yeah.
Most, but it was an interesting take that he had on it because he was kind of doing the counter to it's a bad thing. He was just kind of talking about like it's a whatever. So
that's interesting.
I wish I could remember everything that he said. I don't remember a lot of it, but
you recorded it.
I was just sitting there masturbating the whole time. Like, no, I did not do that.
Dude, sign my dick.
Well, yeah, can you sign it, please? It's a little smaller, but I think you can get a signature on there.
You got this.
Yeah, but like, no.
That's kind of cool. I don't think I've met a. God damn.
Yeah.
I've met celebrities because I've like gone to Comic-Con.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You meet him there in that context.
Like, like I took a picture with them.
Yeah. Ron Jeremy, I wasn't as stoked for as Coach Carter.
The Coach Carter story, though, that's like the story you want to hear about.
But he built you up. Like, he pumped you up. He might have even given like $100 bill to somebody in that.
Who wants $100? Me.
Who
wants their school tuition paid off? Me. Work really hard and you will get
You will get it. The government will give it back to you. If you go into a
everyone's like me.
Yeah. Who wants to check under your chair? There's nothing, but there could be if you work hard.
You write what you want to make in life, and that's what you will get.
Burn that paper, and it will come to fruition.
Do you believe in that shit?
I think if you
like burning a paper and like
no, I don't think magically it's going to, but I think if you have the mindset of putting it out in the world and your action, like look at us. Like I think this podcast is great for it. Like it was hard to put ourselves out there, and we're at the point now where like
we need to put ourselves out there.
Magic Mind is working with us. Like we have people that we've never met, a company that wants to work with us. To collaborate.
And who knows? They see something in us that we don't.
We've met. We see it. We see it every day.
Yeah, I know.
We're amazing gents, but
we are.
It's amazing. Just one of those things where it's like, you put yourself out there and it changes the way the interactions go. It changes if we went into a job interview and talked about how we did a podcast with this and that and the other thing, and we worked with a company and we were like
that's actually a cool thing to put on a resume.
How many people would be like, wow, like that shows like that you've got
drive,
that, and like ambition and other words.
Other big words that I can't think of.
Guys are like, yeah, I want that guy. But if you're just like sitting at home, just burning a piece of paper, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like putting the action behind it. Like, you get the idea out there, but then your body follows.
Yeah.
So
it's having that that, like you said, the drive, but I can't think of the word right now.
Right.
But it's having that discipline.
The discipline
to follow through with what you're saying.
And you got to kind of put yourself in that position where it's like kind of too late to back out,
Yeah. Because a lot of times discipline building within yourself is the hardest thing to do, right?
Right. Absolutely.
So sometimes you got to like put yourself in those uncomfortable spots because that's,
to help you grow.
Or if you're like trying to do stuff, just discipline yourself not to do something. Because that's going to be the hardest thing to do is stopping yourself from doing nothing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's easy to not do anything because that's what you're used to.
Well, what's the energy, right? You
know what I mean?
What is it for the physics, right? The laws of physics.
Yeah.
One of the basic ones is momentum. Mm-hmm. What is momentum? Well, an object in motion tends to stay in motion. An object at rest tends to stay at rest. Are you going to be in motion or are you going to be at rest?
Yeah.
Your object has to rest sometime.
We're not saying that physically you're moving, but like things are
How's
moving.
Your life moving?
Yeah.
Are you progressing in your life? Are you changing things? Are you getting yourself out there? Or are you just in your, whatever, your spot. And I've been there where you're just stuck. You're just not, your momentum is not moving. And it's a hard place to.
And I think that's the thing, getting back to waiting for that other shoe to drop. It's that feeling to like you feel like you're going to stop moving.
Because sometimes it's inside. Life can be rolling. And all of a sudden you kind of hit that spot where it's like, man, I don't know. I'm just not clicking in my head. I'm not in the right space.
Yeah.
I'm not doing, something's not clicking right.
I do have a question of the week that kind of rolls into this though.
But that pseudo relationship thing, that's fascinating because you think
I've never heard of that. I just wanted to bring that up because I've never heard of that.
But it makes so much sense.
Do you have like a celebrity that you just so emotionally invested in?
I was so into The Sopranos when I first went to college, like so into it, obsessed with it. I had a dream that I met James Gandolfini as Tony Sopranos. There's more than one of them.
Yeah, it was two. He got a sandwich.
He was raking in the backyard behind my parents' house.
Broke his rake.
And he broke that rake. I was out in the backyard and it was like he was Tony Soprano. So I go over to the fence like, oh, hey, Tone. And he was mad at me about something. And he like reamed me.
I got
like how Tony would to a young person. Yeah. Like I wasn't a cool guy that he was friends with. I was just like that stupid little punk that he was pissed at. And he reamed me and like basically sent me away. Like, shit, that's my dream.
I hate Tony.
Like, no, I still loved him. I walked away with more respect. He put me in my place.
You're like, I love it.
Like I fucked something up. I don't know what I fucked up, but he was very angry. But it was like that father disappointment. He was like, he wanted me to do better next time. I could feel it. There was
like
love.
There was a belief
love behind that anger. I was like Christopher. Like he's like, you're supposed to be better than this.
Yeah. And so Tom woke up motivated to keep driving his life forward.
I did. I woke up with a spark under my ass. I was like, I'm gonna do things today.
I'm gonna run the world.
If I had Magic Mind back in college, man, I'd be like a CEO of Fortune 500 today.
Seriously,
man. But I didn't. I
know. If I would have had that Magic Mind instead of alcohol, instead of that crack mind, baby, that crack mind
feels good for a minute, not for much longer.
Nah, yeah, Magic Mind would have felt way better.
Man, Magic Mind tastes good too.
Crack might taste good.
I would imagine crack does not taste very good.
No, actually, I've heard crack actually tastes very good. It's a sweetness to it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We're not.
It's no. That's like
we're not. What do you call it? We're not
promoting it. But no. But I hear like there's a sweetness to it.
Could be
smoking it, like it has a flavor. That's,
it's cocaine and.
But then after a while, I do feel like. Maybe that first
a while
after the first hit, it's like
that's stale crack though.
I don't know. This 45-year-old crack.
Man,
no. So
right, you said you had a question.
Kind of. I guess the question of the week. Okay. What is a midlife crisis? What would you? How do you view a midlife crisis?
Like, what are events that are a midlife crisis?
Yeah. Do you? What is your typical take when you hear someone has a midlife crisis? What is a midlife crisis to you?
They do something really big. That's probably a stupid decision.
Yeah.
Like they do something that's like totally for nonsense, not for a practical reason, right?
Yeah. You like, buy a new house or new boat.
Yeah. Or like, you buy a big boat or you buy like a super fast car, something like not typical of you.
Yeah.
Because you're so needing a change and to remind yourself, hey, I'm still alive.
See, and I think that's a cool thing is the positive side of like, it's not really a crisis.
Yeah.
It's like a change in your life.
Right. It could be a good thing.
Yeah.
Like, I
heard someone talk about it kind of like that when I was like, you know what, that's a pretty good take. Like,
is it just a moment in your life where you have the financial stability to be able to do that type of thing?
I think so.
Just
and it's like, you know
stupid? What? Like maybe your kids are kind of out of the house. And
I think there's aspects in a midlife crisis that we don't see. You know, you always hear about like, he went out and bought this.
Why do we call it a crisis?
I don't know. I don't know why they call it a crisis.
Like, is it because mentally you're not in a good place? Like, what if you are?
What if you're in a good place and you doing that is just like, you know what? I deserve this.
Trade in the old wife for a new one. Like, what if that's
maybe the bad side. Maybe she was
just kidding.
Maybe she was naggy and he's just like, you know what? I've had it.
I think a new wife will be different.
But I think there is a positive way to look at a midlife crisis. Like sometimes it's not a bad thing. Like, maybe don't be stupid and just buy it. But if you
don't blow your money.
If you're like, you know what? I kind of deserve this. I know I have the funds to do this. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
No, yeah. So that's
but if it's like if it's an unwise decision, like I'm going to take that nest egg I built up for my retirement.
Yeah.
I'm gonna blow it all on black, you know,
And
like,
coke.
and strippers. Like that might be a moment where you're like, well, that was probably midlife crisis because that resulted in some really bad.
I feel like
bad
it's
stuff.
more than a crisis.
What if you hit on black though, and you doubled your nest egg?
Well, then you go hit on black one more time.
I don't know, man. You just got to keep hitting black. Obviously, that's the lucky one, right?
Yeah,
like,
you gotta keep going.
Like that's the rule with casinos. If you're hitting, don't stop.
I'm so disciplined in that sense with gambling that I would.
I could not.
As soon as I say I did get that hair up my butt to do that,
Yeah,
I would actually
stop if you.
I would stop.
Yeah.
As soon as I doubled, did I just make $100? Oh,
Right.
done.
No, I'm done. That's it. I'm walking
I put in
out.
$20 and I just made $300.
Much like I'm getting
Done.
played with, you know, like they know I'm gonna lose.
Yeah.
So
You know
like
what?
if I win anything, I win a penny, I'm up. I'm out.
Well, what do you think they do? You know, like they feed you a little bit, like give
Yeah.
you that little taste of like, look at that.
I don't know,
You just
though.
got $75.
My experience has pretty
I'm
much
done.
been like I'm a low baller. Like I played the penny slots and stuff. My experience has been I'm gonna bet $20 today. Big roller. I go in. They make you do like $1, right, on those things. It's not a penny you're betting every time. It's like whatever the minimum bet is. So it's more than the penny, but they call it a penny slot. And it's like I'm done. And then I just walk away. I'm like, that money I paid.
Wait, so I do $20 when I've gone.
Yeah, I'm like, I agree to play, but no, I've had less times where they let you play a little bit than just getting totally fucked. Like,
yeah,
you walk in, they take your money. It's like I might as well just go to like a paper shredder and just put the bill
There you
into
go.
it.
So I went. So where I work, we're really close to a casino because it's in a reservation.
Uh-huh.
So
Oh yeah, like a real
real casino,
pretty good sized casino.
yeah, Toppenish has a
right.
big casino. Like
Yeah,
you get
Legends,
stars that go
right?
Legends
Legends
Casino.
Casino,
And it's really nice. It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's crazy. This town's small as hell, and it's not the like nicest town like some of the stuff.
Sure.
They're actually trying to build it to be nice.
There's cute elements to it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
got a
But
kind
then
of a
you
cute
go
little
by
feel
and it's this
sometimes.
huge freaking
Yeah,
casino. But I went there because it's a half a minute from my work.
yeah.
And so me and a couple techs went there to eat burgers and stuff. And so we gambled. And I won off of a $2. I played about $2.
Mm-hmm.
And I got up to about $20 or was it $24 or something like that? $25. Something.
Yeah.
I hit and I won. I was like, I'm done.
Nice.
Right there. I said I'm
You
done.
turned $2 into $25.
Something like that.
You know what the
what's the
percentage
percentage
is
of
on
that?
that?
That's high.
That's like you're pretty
I
much
just beat
like
the
a Wall
house.
Street executive
Yeah,
at that
exactly.
level. Yeah,
That's how I
mean,
felt.
like you're just like, man. You
When
walked out like a shark, a whale, or whatever.
I was
Is
just
that
like,
what they call them? A
What do you
whale?
guys want? What do you guys want?
They shut down the airplane. Like, come on back. Like, we got here's some chips for you.
I got VIP.
You ever see Casino?
Yeah, that's
There was a whale from Japan that was like actually he like beat out the casino. He like busted it out. They didn't have the money to like pay what he won.
yeah.
So they shut it, like they made the engine trouble. So his plane couldn't take off and they brought him back to the casino so he'd keep playing and
Yeah.
lost it all. Great.
That's crazy, huh?
It's nuts, man.
I don't know.
And I'm sure that was 100% real.
Well, no, casino is based on.
It's based on a true story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could believe that.
Joe
Though.
Pesci.
You got to make sure you dig the hole before you take the guy out there. or
That's
else
the one where
pretty
he
soon
stabs the
you're-
dude into the pen, right?
Oh, yeah. Was it a pen? Wait a
It
minute.
was a pen. Or
Yeah,
pencil or something?
it was a pen.
He was original John Wick.
It was a pen. It was. Joe Pesci was John Wick. Oh, that one scene too where the financial guy's like, yeah, I want my money back. He's like, it was an investment. Like it came with risk. He's like, let me tell you what I'm going to do. You're going to give me my money or I'm going to bust your fucking head open. And about the time you're coming out of your coma, I'll be coming out of jail and I'll bust your fucking head open again. It was great. It's like, man, I would never
Joe
talk to
Pesci
somebody
scares
like that.
me.
But Joe Pesci,
Just 'cause
there is
he's-
an element of like crazy to him.
I feel like he's really that way.
But I tell you, the coolest thing ever on Home Alone.
You met Joe Pesci.
I met Joe Pesci.
No. What was it?
I got a pseudo relationship with Joe Pesci. I feel like you'd kill me over that comment. Like Joe Pesci and I are in a pseudo relationship.
You funny guy, huh?
You're a real
You think
fucking
you're a
funny
clown?
guy, huh? You think I'm a clown? You think I'm a joke, huh?
He would when he was working on Home Alone, he
Mhm.
had it in his contract he wouldn't come in before 11 o'clock, so he'd go golf every morning. I might have mentioned that already, like
I think
recently
so, yeah.
on the podcast, but I'm so enthralled by that idea that I just have to keep bringing it up.
Yeah, because he would use little clubs.
You're gonna get whacked. By Joe Pesci. He's a very big guy.
Yeah, he is.
Now Joe Pesci's cool.
I can't say shit. He's
so cool.
Joe Pesci. Oh, I love
Joe Pesci, Robert De Niro. Like, I mean, there's
Ray Liotta. Those people.
Ray Liotta, poor late Ray Liotta. Like, he passed.
There was that generation of movies where it was like they had some good gangster
mob
flicks.
guys. Yeah,
oh, dude,
man,
that's who you associate those mob movies.
And I just miss I'm so desperate for it. I think a lot of us out there in the Mafia gaming community feel this way. I want like a Sopranos era Mafia game where it's like
a good one.
Like, because Mafia, I think, is coming out with a new game, and I'm really excited for that. But it sounds like they're going to go even older. Like they're going to go pre-first game, like Sicily, which I think could be really cool.
Okay.
But I also just like
I want something about the 20s and 50,
like,
somewhere around there.
So like the first Mafia game was the 20s. That was pretty cool. And then the second one was like the 50s.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
The third one was like the 60s.
I want the high times.
The gameplay was tough. Like I couldn't get as into it. The story was really good, and a lot of what they tried to do with it was really good. I just kind of feel like it was like they tried too much at once, and so like the game overall probably wasn't as strong as it could have been. So I'm kind of excited to see what that does. But like, I just want like early 2000s. Like that kind of time with like what you'd expect to see. Like The Sopranos. I just want The Sopranos to make a game that's not trash.
Exactly.
Sopranos. Look up some videos of Sopranos, like Respect the Money or whatever that game is. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny to watch.
It was a terrible game.
I bought it. Of course I bought it. I mean, of course.
Do you still have it?
No, it was a PS2 game.
God, how sick would that have been? So I bought
it on PS2, and like at the time, I was like blown away by the faces when I first saw it. Because it's like you got the characters in there. Like Tony comes out and like lights a cigar, and it's like the paint, like in the paint program.
It's all 8 pixels.
It's like the puffy circles of spray paint smoke.
Yeah, you can see the squares.
That. And right. And he's like, he's talking to Tony's voice. But like the whole storyline, like the one guy does this, or gal, I forget if it was a guy or a gal, but anyway, like they're over in Ireland, they're doing like this whole rundown of the whole thing, and like they're like, why are we fighting again? Like everybody, like there's one where you got to get a sandwich for these guys, and like you have to go to like the same people over and over again to get their sandwich order. It's ridiculous.
That's awesome.
It should have been open world. You should have been Tony Soprano. You weren't. You're some idiot that's not even.
I can see him doing like an open world style, kind of like I guess GTA in a sense.
It'd be GTA,
but like you have these little missions that you have to do,
but you got like your family thing. Like that's like Michael DeSanta in 5 was kind of a Tony in the sense that you did kind of have these side family.
Would a Mafia game be cool if you had to be you were the head, so you had to run everything?
So this is what I'm saying is like if you had an AI game where you had to get into a Mafia family and then you had to kind of like do things to elevate yourself to captain level. And then maybe is like if you play it right, you get to be boss level.
You can like make a hit.
You're actually doing sit downs. You're part of the commission. Like your day looks different based on your position. Like if you're a captain, maybe you're not out on the street busting heads so much. Maybe you're dealing with little snivelly guys having fights, and you're telling them what their percentage is going to be.
Your crew's being stupid.
And like you screw a guy over, AI says like this guy's going to try to whack you. Maybe you figure it out. Maybe you don't.
And you died of dysentery.
You get shot trying to hunt a buffalo.
Like, whoa! What just happened?
All of a sudden,
AI switched up on me.
Pulls up Oregon Trail. Like random. You were shot by a snake bite. What? What just happened?
Yeah.
No.
That'd be sick though,
man. So, Mike, shout out to you. One of these days, I'm going to record a little like
disclaimer.
You were talking to me that disclaimer. I'm going to make a fun disclaimer. I'm going to pop.
No effects.
The effects matter. We're going to be great for you in your life, and you're going to change a little. I don't know. I'm going to make it great. It's going to happen.
You're going to sound like.
Yeah, I want to thank Mike. Mike's been listening since the beginning. I didn't know if he was still listening or not.
That's a day one. Love you, Mike.
Yeah, Mike has been with us.
We need to have Mike on here again.
I would love to have Mike on. Mike is a great guy, stand-up guy, great teacher.
Good dad.
Wonderful person. Always involved, always doing what he can for the community around him. People like that. That's what we need.
For sure.
People like that to stand up for their community, do the right thing. We've got, I'm sure we've got
fellow Niner fan.
Our numbers, we see the number of people that are always listening. It's like kind of like a consistent number. So we know that there are people out there that listen every week. Thank you very much. If you're just tuning in for the first time, hey, try some Magic Mind and keep popping in for a listen. We'd love to have you. My cousin Brian, I was going to talk to him. We were going to have him on again.
Yeah, we're supposed to have him on a while back.
I don't know what happened. We have not talked. I got to call Brian.
See, what we're going to be doing is we're going to elevate us where we're going to try to get a little more out there.
We're gonna talk to more people.
I think Magic Minds helped us where we think we've
time.
always known we've had something, but this kind of like solidifies that.
This is
for
like
us.
this is for where we're at. Like this is the coolest thing that's ever happened.
It is.
You know, like to say that we have a sponsor, to be, you know, have like an audience of people that like to listen.
Mhm.
You know, this is something we do kind of for fun, but
Yeah, for sure.
we enjoy it. It means something to us, and we're glad.
I
it
look
means
forward to
something.
doing this every week.
I do too.
To be honest,
This is like free. Well, not free because we bought a lot of equipment for it. This is like very expensive therapy that you only paid for once.
Yeah.
But you get to do over and over
and
again.
over.
This is an investment in ourselves. And I hope that you find things to invest in yourself in.
So
That,
reach for
the
Magic
help of
Mind.
Magic Mind, you can do anything. Anything is possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway,
I
guys,
don't know, man.
that's it. That's all we got.
That's it. That's
The
this
end.
week.
And Tom, now play the music.
Love you. Peace. That's it.
Peace, love, and happiness. Homies.
Everything. No, all right. I'm going to play the music. All right, guys. Peace out.
Laters, Gators. Let's go, Niners. Putting that out in the world.
I like that. That was a good.